that we saw in the prior heat, so he could be okay.
I was just starting too much speed, didn't give myself enough space on the corner, came across and I hit the line before I hit the finish. Even if had that penalty not existed, I still wasn't fast enough.
Yeah. He got cut, I'm standing on the sidelines with him, just like, what the is happening? How are these guys getting cut out of the competition?
I was sitting outside the top 10. Felt like I was running for my life.
David's daughter is third at 28.79. That might get her in.
After that first run was probably the most stressed I've been the whole weekend.
Sigmund's daughter is 29.55. She may not be advancing.
We're waiting to find out who goes on to the next round of the sprint event.
You're just sitting there waiting, and then they call it the last name.
And there's one spot left. And it's Captain David's daughter.
That's probably the most relief I've ever felt. I got to fight for more, and I got to fight for the rest of the weekend.
I think the only guys that beat were the ones that got DQ'd. They're stepping on that line at the end. Yep, I'm on the sideline, spectating, watching Noah just crush more points.
Noah Olsen has a huge opportunity here to put some more distance between himself and Matt Fraser.
I was very vaguely aware that Matt hadn't made the first cut, and I thought that would bode well for me.
All five athletes make the 30 time for the causes, so we have a slight lead on Noah Olsen. Sprint to the finish for this action. And it's Saxon Hansen by 3/100ths of a second. He's going to win the event, and that is gigantic. The winner takes all final heat. All five athletes dead even halfway through. Final sprint to the pylon, and it's Kristen Holta who will win the event. Huge win for Kristen. Tia Toomey will take third.
We're meant to touch 10 athletes for it. Eventually now we're going to start doing some CrossFit. It's going to be really sweet. It's too bad it's going to go CrossFit as well.
Ended up taking third overall, which I believe makes me the third fastest man in the world. Probably not.
That cut was the harshest. It was cutthroat. Like, no one could look anyone in the eye. It frustrates me, and I'm disappointed. But I also know I shouldn't have been in that situation anyways.
I can confidently say that this is the fittest I've ever been in my life. And I really thought I had a good shot of running, to be on the podium this year. I can't, watch the girls out there knowing that I should be out there. That was hard weekend.
Sarah and Sam walk up to me and they're like, Tia, we're rooting for you, good luck. You know, we're going to be cheering for you. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And they're like, we just got cut.
We're looking for other things that are going on this weekend that we can sign up for. Yeah. There's a half Ironman. Only 30-minute drive away.
Smash with half Ironman. I'll come.
Yeah.
When does it start? Tomorrow morning? Let's go.
Tomorrow, yeah.
You need a bike? I'll get a swimsuit.
There's some bikes there.
Yeah, let's steal these bikes.
I think the blue one.
You don't need real.
Yeah. We're all pretty shocked how much the cut is. You trained all year for this result.
It's weird with the cut, because I feel like the games are literally just starting. They are. So it's weird, but I think this whole game has been take it on the chin. It sucks. I can't say I didn't expect it, because I'm not the best sprinter, and going into a single elimination event like that for a cut to 10 athletes, I think is unreasonable. But, woke up this morning feeling well, I'm just going to send it as hard as I can, and I did, and that's why I stepped on the line, is I was pushing as hard as I could to try to get any time I could. That's the way it goes, go down swinging at least, right? So, it's a growing here, it sucks. It feels weird because we're halfway through the competition, and I feel like we haven't done any meaningful CrossFit yet. We've run 3 times, but I want to go get my hands on some CrossFit Games events, and I feel like now we're gonna start doing that. and you know, some of the top CrossFit Games athletes are not going to be able to there to do it.
Then the CrossFit Games tweeted out, now that we found the fittest, I believe, now we're going to test strength. As if strength wasn't a reasonable piece in the filtering process required to find the fittest up until that point. There was a significant criticism in that there wasn't a good strength component in the programming up to that point, which calls into question legitimately, in my opinion, whether or not the 10 athletes on the floor there are the 10 fittest athletes on earth.
Do you think the events we've had so far have been a fair test of fitness to narrow it down to 10?
No. If you allowed the top 20 to compete through the whole week, I'd say 4 or 5 of the top 10 that finished where they were would still be in the top 10.
I feel like it would have been better across the games overall if we would have kept 20 athletes at least through all of Saturday.
I would have certainly left it until the end of Saturday.
Maybe played out in my favor. If they change things next year, my suggestion would be to save the top 10 just for Sunday. Let a few more people ride it out for the rest of the week.
Top 10 right now. Amanda Barnhart, 10. No, 10 to 1. Amanda Barnhart, Captain Davis, Bethany Chaplin, Anna Fradkow, Thurger Helgadottir, Haley Adams, Carrie Pierce, Jamie Green, Kristen Holte, Tia Claire Toomey. 5-point spread between Tia Claire Toomey and Kristen Holte. Ooh, that's going to be a fun battle to play out.
Their daughters? I didn't hear you say daughters.
Yeah, 2 daughters. Thurger and Captain Davis' daughter.
Annie's out?
Annie's gone. Sarah's gone. Noah Olsen has a significant lead over Matt Fraser. It is 65 points between Matt Fraser and Noah Olsen right now.
There are so many emotions from athletes obviously not being happy with the cuts, but then they brought in different movements that have never been done at the CrossFit Games before. A dumbbell split snatch and a dumbbell clean and split jerk.
I'm going to go out as hard as I can, hold on to it as long as I can. If I crash and burn in the process, who cares? I'm still a loser. For me, 2nd place or 10th place is the same thing. It's not winning.
I am so excited to see Noah Olsen in this event. He's being chased by the 3-time fittest man on earth, Matt Fraser, and you know he's coming out hot.
My very first pegboard, I got up probably 3, 4, 5 holes, and I fell off.
Matt Fraser in the green and Noah Olsen in the red shorts. First 2 men on to their hang split snatches at 80 pounds.
When you're out on the competition floor, you just want to keep going as fast as you can. But with this particular workout, you actually have to stop and think about every single movement you're doing.
You have to put the opposite leg forward than the arm with which you're lifting.
Right hand, left foot, and transition left hand, and you have to remember to take it out of the hang. I got my fair share of no reps on that one.
Fraser and Olsen dead even through round 1. We move on to round 2. Tia Toomey is the only woman on round 3, and it ain't even close right now. If Fraser and Olsen finish next to each other, all Fraser can pick up is 10 points.
And that was, I would probably say, one of my favorite workouts I've ever done.
Tia Toomey picking up her 2nd event win in the competition.
I really wanted to stamp the ground and be like, no, I'm going to do this for everyone that should be out here today.
He's back. Matt Fraser wins the red 2nd.
I'm sitting at the finish line, and BKG and Noah get to the dumbbell about the same time.
Here comes Noah Olsen. They're dead even with 10 reps to go.
Go faster. Like, I need you to middle between Noah and
I could hear the crowd starting to amp up, and I figured that on my last couple I passed him.
Olsen has moved ahead of Gubitson. Olsen is done, and he will finish 2nd.
Jumped up onto the finish line, knew that I had taken 2nd in that heat, which would probably fare well for me on the leaderboard as well.
Oh, good. I won the event by a minute. And he's right behind me still. Sweet. 10 points.
on the men's side, I think we're actually lining up for a spectacular finish. We don't know how many events are tomorrow, but everyone's speculating a swimming event. Noah's a good swimmer. Assuming that Matt closes the gap on him a little bit in the heavy lifting event, Noah might, re-extend his lead or retake the lead in the swimming event, and then with only a couple events left on the last day, if Noah's in it, man, this crowd is for him. The adrenaline's high. I don't think it's out of the question that he could win.
What did you just see?
Oh, I just looked at the women's updated standings.
What's the updated standing?
Tia's extended her lead. Bolta Green and Carrie Pierce were super close for second through fourth, and I think it's probably going to stay that way. The women's field down to 10, I think has kind of two clear groups of women. Katrin being in that group I just mentioned, and the other 5 girls taking nothing against them, but over a long weekend and a bunch of events, those other 5 girls who's Katrin and Eckert have so much experience. I think they'll continue to distinguish themselves and pull away. But if you had told me a week ago that someone other than Fraser, anyone in the field other than Fraser, had a 50-point lead on him heading into the Saturday night event, I would have bet you all the cheese curds in the town.
There were so many emotions, that big cut, and then you have this big, what am I explaining to it?
You're down to only 10 athletes. There's one platform in the middle of the competition floor in the Coliseum. And one by one, athletes have to step up to the plate and outlift their opponent.
Then start with 315, go all the way up to 385, unless we need another barbell or 2.
I love that that's how they programmed it.
That Fraser 55 points back of Bill Olsen.
But then at the same time, I was petrified because the most I've cleaned in about a year is 345.
215 pounds is the opening weight for the women. Are you sure that's not the opening weight for the men?
Well, when he announced the weights, I'm like, that's like my 1 rep max, and I'm not going to be able to do that right now after a 3-day competition.
Jasper is struggling to get out of the hole. 215 for Carrie Pierce.
Ended up tying with 2 other girls.
And now the tie break for the 3 women who couldn't hit 215. Here we go. They'll step up to 195 pounds and have completed 5 times as fast as they can.
It's kind of alarming to me that they're able to squat snatch what they squat snatch for multiple reps on the first cut. It didn't translate to being able to clean 205 though.
Shadford will hit that, so she will take 9th in the event, and Haley Adams will take 10th.
There was no weight on that bar that I wouldn't have been able to lift that night.
It was just adrenaline going, the crowd was screaming, and it's all eyes on you.
Amanda Barnhart and Tia Toomey going toe-to-toe here. 260 for Barnhart.
If she's going to put out, that means that I have to step up to that level and I have to put out as well.
I figured some guys would start dropping off at 345, 355. There was a big group that kept going at 365, 370.
Olsen fighting it, and he won't get it, so now we'll have a tie break between Noah Olsen and Saxon Pantic, either 6th place or 5th place for Olsen. First and 5 reps at 295 pounds. 4 reps down, 1 remains. This one's going to come down to the sprint to the finish.